Hey Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is Gabby, and this is your reading for the new moon in Leo that is going to be happening on August 4th. And this reading will cover the month of August for you. So, Libra, that new moon is going to be falling in your 11th house. That is the house that covers your friends, your social network, any group associations, any network of associates that you might be connected with. It's also your hopes, wishes, and dreams house. And one of the reasons that those two things connect, right, your friends, hopes, wishes, dreams, associates, is because often in our lives we can get support from friends and from associates in order to connect us in ways that will help make our dreams come true, right? Whether it is through introductions through to others who can support our vision, or even, opportunities being opened up for us through connections with people that we are associated with. So you have that new moon there. So this is a great time to reconnect with friends, to plant seeds, as far as letting people know what your plans are, what you're into, what support you need. With Mercury retrograde this month, you may reconnect with friends that you haven't spoken with for a while, or that you lost contact with. Friends can kind of come out of the blue and you can reconnect. It's a perfect time to do that with Mercury retrograde. Now you also have Mars conjunct Jupiter in your ninth house. And the ninth house is our house of long distance trips, journeys, people, places, things that are from long distance from us, so other countries. Some of you could be connecting with a new social network through travel. So maybe you're going on vacation or on some kind of business trip overseas, a long distance from where you currently live, and you will, connect with a like-minded community while you are there. Great time for that as well. Make sure that you check and double check all of your plans if you're traveling with Mercury retrograde. Things can get kind of upside down as far as delays, things like that. So just prepare in advance. Make sure you check your pockets. You've got your passport and your boarding pass, and that you know what time your flight is and what airport your flight is, because we can get tripped up during Mercury retrograde. But you also have Saturn there, and Saturn is in your sixth house. So there may be, you may have some pull on you this month as far as your work situation, and you're trying to expand your horizons. There may be some conflict between work and travel that you may need to resolve. So there's this pull of freedom, pull for movement, and at the same time, responsibilities and obligations that you have. So you will be working through that kind of push-pull situation this month, okay? So before I read the tarot cards that I've already pulled for you, I want to let you know that I did pull 2 oracle cards, and one from the Tao of the I Ching and one from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. From the I Ching, you receive the number 50 card. That is the cauldron. The key words on the cauldron are inner alchemy, mastery, spiritual renewal, consecrate, contain, rejuvenation, discerning wisdom. Now, interesting with that particular spiritual aspect of this card, because the ninth house as well has to do with our spiritual search, our spiritual pursuits. Whether that is a new philosophy on spirituality or a new religion. It is your core beliefs and your philosophy on life. So with that Mars-Jupiter conjunction, that area could be highlighted for you. You may be dipping into different, modes of thought, or different values, or different beliefs, spiritual beliefs, philosophical beliefs, where your life is concerned and where life in general is concerned. All right, what is the meaning of life? Some of you may be actively pursuing knowledge in that area. Also, with the ninth house lit up, some of you may be actively pursuing a degree, some higher education, an advanced degree. So I think that you'll be putting a lot of energy in that. There will be good luck with you in relation to studies, higher learning. But again, there may be some obligations with work that may make it a little difficult to balance everything that you have on your plate. Okay, so just plan ahead for that. So the other oracle card we have is Release. Beautiful card with, a gorgeous tree rooted in the earth, autumn leaves falling. So this is very much, it's interesting because you do have the death card here and you have this release card as well. So I think that this is a month of major change. I see you shedding the past, shedding your skin. With the cauldron here, there is some inner prompting, right? Or inner light in you that wants to be released, that wants to come out. So you may be digging deep as far as meditation, mindfulness, those practices, yoga, those practices will be very beneficial to you to tap into what that is trying to be born in your mind, your heart, your soul, even this month. Okay. There is a need to be reborn on some level. There is an opportunity for release from something, the past maybe a release from where you've been. Again, talking about travel and kind of you, I see like a slingshot or a bow and arrow. I feel like some of you have been waiting and waiting and waiting and holding, like in this amazing holding pattern. And more about that with the tarot cards that are confirming that, and that there is going to be the ability for you to, release that tension and move forward and shoot forward. And you're going to do that in a very powerful way. So you do have the Seven of Pentacles in the distant past. So I think a lot of you have been really sowing seeds that you are going to harvest this year, next year, maybe in the years to come. So you've been putting a lot of energy into some kind of pursuits, whether it's a work situation or a project. Again, I said some of you could be, in school right now, and so you're really nose to the grindstone, putting a lot of energy, blood, sweat, and tears into whatever it is that you're working on, because you are kind of waiting for your ship to come in. In the Seven of Pentacles card, we see one of the guys in BTS sitting on what looks like a bus stop, right? Waiting for the bus to come by the seashore. And he's kind of looking up into the sky. So he knows that bus is coming. He knows the connection is going to be made, but he's still waiting. But he knows he's at the right place, and he will be there at the right place at the right time when that bus comes, when that arrival comes. So I really feel like this is your energy as we're coming into August. And there's a little note on this card. It says, how much more do I have to wait until I can see you? Interesting. This could be an emotional connection that you also are investing in. We do have the Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like there could be, again, I talked about reconnecting with someone from your past, a friend, or it could even be a love, right? Someone that maybe you've been estranged from or that you lost contact with. And for some of you, it may be just you wanting to know, when am I going to connect with that person? I've been waiting and I've been focusing on myself, concentrating on other things, money, my career, school. And when now do I have the opportunity to release myself, over to a connection, an emotional connection? There's also sexual energy here in that release card. So maybe some of you have been celibate, or, you have not been in a relationship for a while, and not that is, and I feel for some of you that this has been a choice. This has been a conscious a conscious choice of yours, that you're kind of maybe holding out for that right person, and not, spreading your energies around. The cauldron here as well. Whenever the cauldron comes up, it also reminds me of deep sexual, kundalini energy, and that energy being collected in this cauldron, in this bowl, which is kind of sitting on the sacral chakra and the root chakra here, on the the yogi who is holding the cauldron, or the monk that's holding the cauldron. So knowing that when we, that sexual energy can be transformed into energy focused on other things. Often if, it's the same energy of creativity. So maybe some of you have redirected that sexual energy to other things, spiritual pursuits, creative pursuits. Maybe some of you are artists or musicians, writers, and, many people in many different practices and beliefs, abstain from sexuality or abstain from relationships when they are in the mode of creativity and of wanting to focus all that energy to one specific pursuit, or to spiritual growth. So this might have been the case for some of you, and you are starting to feel those promptings, to the desire to make a connection with someone, and see what your emotional life can be in connecting with another person. I think you're going to have the opportunity to do that with the Three of Cups at the base of the deck, and the card that is at the end of this reading, the Temperance card, which is a reconciliation card. Again, you're going to, I think there's going to be an opportunity for reconnecting or connection with someone. Now, in the recent past, you have the Death card. So some of you have gone through a major transformation. This may be a physical transformation. It also may be just as far as how you see your life. Some of you could have moved from where you were. Some of you could have, completely changed your life, or completely, I'm getting the word renovate it, but you know what I mean. Just your life looks very different now, and as we're coming into August, than it did, months ago, or a year ago, or years ago. Something deep inside. The Death card here is the Black Swan video. So I'm getting the image also of the phoenix that rises from the ashes. And so for some of you Libras, that is you, right? Maybe you've been through some very stressful, emotional, or even some trauma, in the recent months or the last year or so. And now you're coming up out of that. You're healing. You are being reborn from that. You may be scarred, but you're not broken, right? You're ready to rise again, and you are ready to take all the lessons that you have learned, and now, be free. I think you're looking to lighten things up. You've been through some heavy stuff, and now it's time for you to, again, lighten things up in your life, and try, to move toward a more carefree way of living. Not careless, but more carefree, a lighter way of living. And then next to the Death card is the Hangman, as we are here at the beginning of August. So still that kind of holding pattern, right? And with Mercury going retrograde this month, that energy is aligned with the Hangman. So it may not be a time to press forward with something new. Again, not necessarily the best time to start something new, or to, start a new relationship, but good time for reconnecting with people, reconnecting with ourselves, and also kind of sitting back and observing the landscape, seeing what's out there, maybe dipping your toe, to new pursuits or new connections, new friendships, new relationships, but not necessarily, the time to sign on the dotted line, or even to make a major commitment until those energies move forward, okay? But the Hangman is a good card because it gives us kind of permission to rest. It gives us permission to take a break. It gives us permission to just hang out and observe and see, what's going on in the world. And then when the energies shift, we can move forward with a different perspective, more wisdom, more understanding, and more enlightenment as to what our lives are all about, and what our journey is supposed to be as that Fool, okay? So in the near future, you have the Seven of Wands, and this is as we are progressing through the month of August. Again, I feel a very protective energy, a very self-protective energy. I think on some level you are still, you're still, you haven't yet shed that full skin. So it's still, you're on this border, like 1 foot in and 1 foot out of this new life that is, trying to manifest. And that's okay. Make sure that you're getting enough rest. You want to follow the path of least resistance in August, okay? So this is not necessarily the time to for aggressive action. It's kind of a time, as I said, for you to sit back and watch what happens. Be part of the conversation, but don't necessarily try to steer the conversation. If you meet someone, get to know them, right? Let them talk. Listen to what they have to say. Listen to what they're not saying, right? Let actions speak louder than words this month as well. Someone can sound great, and when we meet people, we meet their representative, right? You know that. Take your time in getting to know people, getting to know situations that you may be involved with. Because I feel like anyone that you meet this month is not necessarily going to reveal their whole self to you. Know that that is not going to happen. You may get half, you may get 2/3, but you're not going to get the whole thing until probably the end of August going into September. And I think that the energies will be smoother and more open for deeper connection for you. And then you will definitely have something to celebrate. That's for sure. Because again, you do have the 3 of Cups at the base of the deck, and that's a celebration card. That's going out, having a good time, partying, connecting with people that you really care about, enjoying yourself, enjoying life, and kind of, I wanted to say throwing caution to the wind. Not necessarily, but letting your hair down. Let's say that, right? Letting your hair down and just allowing yourself to feel young and free. And that doesn't matter. I'm not talking about age, because it doesn't matter how old you are, whether you're 18 or you're 88, right? We still have that child within us. We still have that youthful energy within us. We still have the ability to let our hair down and celebrate and, and be lighthearted. And that is an important part of life, especially when we've been through a lot and we've carried a lot of weight and we have carried a lot in that cauldron, right? That I talked about on the Oracle card. So lay down your burdens this month, Libra, wherever you are in your phase of life, because by the end of the month, I think things will be balanced for you. You will have a very secure footing. The Temperance card is here, and that talks about balance, reconciliation. It talks about, energies just being well placed. And love this card for you, even though this is not a Libra card. I often think of Libra when I see the Temperance card. And in this deck, the Temperance card is called Friends. Isn't that interesting? Big focus on friends and connections this month. So that is kind of an exclamation point for you. To enjoy your friends and enjoy making friends, enjoy connecting or reconnecting with friends, because there is something coming this month that is just for you, whether it's an emotional connection, whether it is a friend connection, whether it is just a rebalancing that makes you feel like yourself again. Makes you really feel like you, and you can take a deep breath and you can exhale a bit. I think that is going to happen for you by the end of August. So whatever you have to kind of stand strong against this month, it's okay, Libra. The tides are going to turn. The force is with you. You have everything that you need to rise and to move forward with renewed energy, renewed optimism, renewed balance and strength. I think if any of you have been dealing with physical or health issues, by the end of the month, you will have been able to resolve those issues, rebalanced yourself, or gotten some help with that. Okay, who's your muse for the month? It is V. He is our Capricorn prince, Capricorn Aries. So someone under the sign of Capricorn could be significant for you, or Aries as well. This month, well, again, I also have Scorpio here with the Death card, and Sagittarius with the Friends card, which is Temperance. All right, Libra, so that is your reading for the new moon in August and the month of August. I hope this reading has resonated with you. Please like and share if it has, and please subscribe to the channel. Wishing you all good things, and I will speak to you again soon. I purple you. Bye.